Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about conditions of equilibrium. Now, before discussing this, we need to know what equilibrium is. Now, when some external forces, these external forces they may be concurrent or they may be parallel. So, if these external forces are like these concurrent, means they are passing through the same point. So, these are concurrent forces, and suppose they are parallel forces. So, when these external forces they are acting on a stationary body, the body may start moving or may start rotating about any point. But if the body does not start moving and also does not rotate about any point, then the body is said to be in equilibrium. So, in this video, we will discuss about the conditions of equilibrium for concurrent and parallel forces, and also we will see the concept behind equilibrium. So, let us discuss the conditions of equilibrium. The conditions of equilibrium, it states a stationary body which is subjected to coplanar forces will be in equilibrium if the algebraic sum of all the forces is 0 and the algebraic sum of moments of all the forces about any point is 0. Now, mathematically it can be expressed as summation f equal to 0. This first one can be expressed as the algebraic sum of all the forces is 0, that is summation f is equal to 0. All the forces, this is the body, and all the forces that is acting on this body, if the summation of all the forces is equal to 0, then we can say that the body is in equilibrium. And also the second point is algebraic sum of moments of all the forces about any point is 0. The algebraic sum of moments of all these forces about any point should be equal to 0, that is summation m is equal to 0. Now, here this sign, it represents the algebraic sum of forces or algebraic sum of moments. Now, these forces, they are generally resolved into horizontal and vertical components. We have seen the method of resolution. So, in that we used to, if there was an inclined force, so we needed to resolve it into horizontal and vertical forces. So, hence these equations, this could be written as summation fx equal to 0, that is summation fx where summation fx is algebraic sum of horizontal forces. All the horizontal forces algebraic sum is given as summation fx, and summation fy equal to 0, where summation fy, it is the algebraic sum of all the vertical forces, and third will be summation of moment equal to 0. So, we can say that these three are the main conditions of equilibrium, that is summation fx equal to 0, summation fy equal to 0, and summation moment equal to 0. So, based on the conditions of equilibrium, let us solve one numerical. Three forces F1, F2 and F3 are acting on a body and the body is in equilibrium. So, here these three forces are there, F1, F2 and F3. If the magnitude of force F3 is 400 Newton, here this magnitude of F3 is given as 400 Newton. Find the magnitudes of forces F1 and F2. We need to find the forces, magnitude of forces F1 and F2. 4 options are given to us. And also F1 and F2 are inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. So we know the conditions of equilibrium. The conditions of equilibrium are given as summation Fx equal to 0, summation Fy equal to 0, and summation of moment equal to 0. These are the 3 conditions of equilibrium. So based on this, we need to solve it. But as summation Fx means this is the algebraic sum of the horizontal forces. So we need to resolve these forces as these 2 forces are inclined. So if we resolve this in horizontal and vertical components, we will get this and this. So here this angle is given as 30 degree. Obviously this angle will also be 30 degree. So the method of resolution says that wherever the angle is there, that component is the cos and the other side will be the sine. So here this will become F1 cos 30 and cos 30 is given as 0.866. So we can write this as 0.866 F1, and this component it will become sine. So this can be written as F1 sine 30, F1 sine 30, but sine 30 is 0.5. So here this can be written as 0.5 F1. So this component is 0.866 F1 and this component is 0.5 F1. Similarly, let us also resolve this force F2 as this is also inclined. So we'll have to resolve this as well. So if we resolve this into 2 components, one horizontal and one vertical. Here this is inclined at 30 degree. So obviously this angle should also be 30 degree. Now as this angle, this side has 30 degree, so this will be cos component and the other side will be sine component. So this will be F2 cos 30 and cos 30 is 0.866. So we can write this as 0.866 F2 and this component will be F2 sine 30. So sine 30 is 0.5. So we can directly write this as 0.5 F2. And this F3 force is vertical only. So no need of resolving it. If the forces would be slanting, then only we will have to resolve. And those slanting forces has to be resolved into horizontal and vertical component. This force of F3 is already vertical. So no need of resolving it. Now we have to see the conditions of equilibrium. The first condition is summation Fx equal to 0. Now we have to see, take all the horizontal component of forces. In this body, we have to take all the horizontal summation of all the horizontal component of forces. And also we have to keep one thing in mind, that if the forces is moving right side, then it is taken as positive. If the force is moving left side, we have to take it as negative. So here first horizontal component is this 0.866 F1. It is moving to the right, so it will be plus. So this will be plus 0.866 F1. Next horizontal component, is this a horizontal component? No, this is a vertical. This is also a vertical component. This is a horizontal component. So this is 0.866 F2, but this is moving to the left side. So left side is minus. So this will be minus 0.866 F2. This is a vertical component. So this will not be taken into account in this. So this summation of Fx should be equal to 0. So this is the summation of Fx and that should be equal to 0. So we will get, this will be 0.866 F1 is equal to 0.866 F2. So on solving, we will get this as F1 is equal to F2. Okay. So hence from this summation Fx equal to 0, we deduced that F1 is equal to F2. Now let us move to summation Fy equal to 0. So Fy means all the vertical components. We'll have to take all the vertical components into account. Now one thing you have to keep in mind, while taking vertical components, upward moving forces will be plus and downward moving forces will be minus. Okay, so here let us check. This is a vertical component, it is moving upwards, so it is plus. So this will be 0.5 F1 plus 0.5 F1. This is also vertical, moving upwards, so upwards is plus. So this will be plus 0.5 F2. This vertical component is moving downwards, so this will be taken as minus. So this will be minus 400, minus 400. So we have taken all the vertical components. Horizontal components we need not take because we are doing summation Fy, and Fy is the vertical components. So this all will be equal to 0. So this can be written as, we will not take this now. This can be written as 0.5 F1 plus 0.5 F2 is equal to 400. The 400 I sent it to the right hand side. If we divide the whole equation by 0.5, what we will get? We will get F1 plus F2 is equal to 400 upon 0.5, that is given as 800. 400 upon 0.5 is 800. So we will get the new equation as this. F1 plus F2 is equal to 800. But here we got that F1 is equal to F2. So simply we can substitute in place of F1, in place of F2 we can substitute F1. So we will get F1 plus F1 is equal to 800. So this will be 2F1 is equal to 800. And from here we will get F1 is equal to 400 Newton. F1 is equal to 400 Newton. So as F1 is equal to F2, we will get that F2 is also equal to 400 Newton. Clear? So the correct answer from this is F1 is equal to F2 is equal to 400. That is option A. Now this problem can also be solved by Lami's theorem. How this problem can be solved by Lami's theorem? We'll check. If we solve it by Lami's theorem, will we get the same answer or not? Because in Lami's theorem, three forces should be there which should be passing through the same point, and all the three forces should again be in equilibrium. So this was force F1, this is force F2, and this is force F3, and F3 was given as 400 Newton. So according to Lami's theorem, we know that if three forces acting at a point are in equilibrium, then each force will be proportional to the sine of angle between the other two forces. That is F1, here we need to find the angles. So this angle, horizontal angle was given as 30 degree. So this angle is given as 30 degree. This angle is also 30 degree. This angle is 90 and this angle is also 90. So this total angle will be 30 plus 90, that is 120 degree. This total angle will also be 30 plus 90, that is 120 degree. And the remaining angle will be what? This remaining angle should also be 120 degree, as the total circle should be 360 degree. So this angle should also be 120 degree. So 120 plus 120 plus 120 will total up to 360 degree. Now here according to Lami's theorem, F1 upon sine of opposite angle, sine of 120 degree will be equal to F2 upon sine of opposite angle, that is again sine of 120 degree, will be equal to F3, that is 400 upon sine of 120 degree. 400 upon sine of 120 degree. So if we solve, we will get F1 upon sine 120 degree will be equal to 400 upon sine 120 degree. So from here we get F1 is equal to 400 Newton. Similarly, if we solve this, F2 is upon sine 120 is equal to 400 upon sine 120. So we'll again get F2 equal to 400 Newton. So you can solve it by both the methods, by the conditions of equilibrium as well and by the Lami's theorem as well. Now in this case, as there were three conditions of equilibrium, but only these two were needed to calculate the force F1 and F2. The third condition, that is summation of moment equal to 0, was not needed to calculate F1 and F2. So only one condition or two conditions may be needed in order to solve any problem. Clear? Let us solve another problem. Three parallel forces F1, F2 and F3 are acting on a body and the body is in equilibrium. So here are these three parallel forces F1, F2 and F3. If F1 is 250 Newton and F3 is 1000 Newton, F1 is 250, F3 is 1000, and the distance between F1 and F2 is 1 meter. This is F1 and this is F2. So distance between F1 and F2 is 1 meter. Then determine the magnitude of force F2. This force F2 value we have to determine, and the distance of F2 from F3. So here 4 options are given, A, B, C, D. We need to find the correct option. And also apart from determining the magnitude of force F2, we also need to find the distance of F2 from F3. This is F2 and this is F3. So the distance we have to find out. Let us say that this distance is x. So this x value also we have to find out. Now as it is saying that the body is in equilibrium, so we know the three conditions of equilibrium. Let us see the first condition. First condition says that summation of algebraic sum of horizontal components of all the forces should be equal to 0. Now if we see the figure, there are no horizontal components. All the components are vertical only. If the force would have been slanting or inclined, then we would have been resolving it by the method of resolution. But as the forces are not inclined, all the forces are vertical. So summation Fx equal to 0 will not be valid in this case. The second condition of equilibrium says that algebraic sum of vertical components should be equal to 0. That is summation Fy should be equal to 0. Fy means all the vertical components of forces. So again we have to see upward going forces will be plus and downward going will be, upward will be plus and downward will be minus. So let us see. We have to take the summation of all the vertical forces. So this is 250 is going downwards. So this will be minus 250. This 1000 is also going downwards. So this will be minus 1000. This F2, it is going upwards. So it is taken as plus. So this will be plus F2 is equal to 0. So we got this equation from summation Fy equal to 0. So we can get the value of F2. On solving, we get the value of F2 as 1250 Newton. Now, we also need to determine the distance of F2 from F3, that is this length x. So for that, we will have to apply the third condition of equilibrium, that is summation of moment of all the forces about any point should be equal to 0. Now, if we take moment of all forces about this point A, so let us take moment of all the forces about the point A. So we know that moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Moment is force into perpendicular distance, and this moment we are taking about this point A. So we will take the moment of all the other forces. Now this 250 Newton force, it is passing through this point A itself. Hence it will not have any perpendicular distance. So we'll say that 250, as it is passing through A itself, it will have perpendicular distance as 0. Then this F2 force, if we are standing at this point A, we'll see that this F2 force, it is moving in an anti-clockwise direction. So we know that we have to assume clockwise as plus and anti-clockwise as minus. So as F2 is anti-clockwise, we know the value of F2, it came out to 1250. This F2 is 1250. So this moment will be force multiplied by perpendicular distance. Now this 1250 is having a perpendicular distance till A as 1 meter. So this will be minus 1250 into 1. Okay, 1250 into 1, and minus because it is anti-clockwise. Okay, the other force is this 1000 Newton. Now if we are standing at this point A, we are seeing that this 1000 Newton force is moving in a clockwise direction. So clockwise has to be taken plus. So this will be plus 1000, and the perpendicular distance till A is given as this x plus 1. So this will be plus 1000 into x plus 1 because the perpendicular distance of 1000 Newton till this point A is x plus 1. We are taking summation of moment from point A. There are no other forces, so this equation should be equal to 0. This equation is equal to 0. From here we can calculate the value of x. So this will be 0. This will be minus 1250 plus, we'll open the bracket, this will become plus 1000 x plus 1000 is equal to 0. So we get this as 1000 x is equal to, this will be minus 1250 plus 1000. When we take it to the right hand side, this will become plus 250, and we get the value of x as 250 upon 1000, that is 0.25 meter. Hence the value of x comes out to 0.25 meter. So the correct option is F2 is 1250 Newton and x is 0.25 meter. So the correct option is option C. Now in this problem we have taken moment about point A equal to 0. We can take moment of any point. Now suppose we take moment about this point B. If we take summation of moment about point B equal to 0, we should get the value of x as 0.25 only. Okay, so let us take the moment of all the forces about this point B. Now as this 1250 Newton force is passing through this point B itself, then that will be equal to 0. The moment will be equal to 0 as it does not have any perpendicular distance. We will consider this 250 Newton force. Now the 250 Newton force has a perpendicular distance of 1 meter till point B, and if we see, then this 250 Newton force, if we are at point B, we will see that this 250 Newton force is moving in an anti-clockwise direction. So anti-clockwise is minus. So this will be minus 250 into 1. Minus 250 into 1. 250 is the force and 1 is the perpendicular distance. Then we have this 1000 Newton force. The perpendicular distance of 1000 Newton force till B is given as x. And we will see that if we are standing at B, we will see that this 1000 Newton is moving in a clockwise manner. So the moment will be 1000 into x, plus 1000 into x. So plus 1000 into x. There are no other forces. This force will be 0 itself. So this will be equal to 0. Summation MB is equal to 0. About point B we are taking. So on solving, we will get this value as, this is minus 250. If we take it to the right hand side, it will be minus 1000 x. So minus minus will get cancelled, and this will get us x is equal to 0.25 meter. Again x is equal to 0.25 meter if we took the summation of moment about point B. Now if we take summation of moment about point C also, still you will get the same value. Okay, if you want, you can take the summation about moment C and comment it on the chat box.